Mamelodi Sundowns keeps on breaking all the records and they've now won 10th game in a row in the DStv Premiership. And I don't think there could be a better preparation as they go into their match day 3 against Pyramid FC of Egypt. Now, can someone just inform, just enlighten that Pablo Escobar of AMAZULU? He is complaining that the PSL do not care about them. They just played a cup semi-final 3 days ago and they're playing today without rest. Can just someone tell this guy that Mamelodi Sundowns is traveling up and down in Africa, playing the premium competition on the continent? Well, welcome to this episode where we'll be going through the 5 things we have learned, 5 points, 5 lessons we have learned from this particular game. If you're seeing my face in this content for the first time, do hit that like button so that it reaches like-minded people like you. I really appreciate all those who are coming back. Really appreciate all those who keep on engaging me on the comments. I really do attempt to answer and engage on all the comments, negative or positive. Now, without any waste of time, the first point on this particular episode in this match, our referees in South Africa, they are piss poor. I mean, they are swag, they are weak. When they have to produce yellow cards, they don't. When they don't have to produce a yellow card, they will. And the amount of, offsides that are missed, having one team to benefit than the other, is really killing our football. Obviously, the call for VAR is falling on deaf ears, with SAFA doing nothing and saying nothing, PSL doing nothing and really saying nothing. Yesterday's goal for AMAZULU was a clear goal, but you will not blame the linesman there because it was a tough one to call. Honestly, it was a tough one to call. On a naked eye, anyone who would see that one, I would really salute him. But either way, with the referees in our league, they're really making this league a jungle. One day you benefit, and if you benefit today, do not think that tomorrow you will not suffer at the opposite end. Some 2 seasons ago, AMAZULU defeated Mamelodi Sundowns with a Mulenga goal that was a clear offside. Today, they cannot be running naked and complaining that Mamelodi Sundowns have benefited. It was Mamelodi Sundowns' day to benefit. But the PSL and SAFA must do something about helping our officials. At least maybe starting with some goal line technology or drawing lines for offside calls. Maybe start somewhere because it's really making a mockery of this league. Now, the second point that we are taking out from this game, our midfield, or Mamelodi Sundowns midfield, was really poor yesterday. Maybe I'm being an extremist when I'm saying poor, but Mamelodi Sundowns play is based on keeping the ball, and we lost some balls unnecessarily. We lost some balls carelessly, cheaply, and although some players really did put their hands for their next game. Mkulise played really well yesterday. He might have lost balls here and there, but in general, I mean, Botoli as well lost some balls, and some decision making in the final third from Zwane was not as good as expected from the great Shikabala. So in essence, the ball position side, Mamelodi Sundowns yesterday lost a lot of balls, and I think that's one thing that must be corrected going to the match day 3 against Pyramid FC on Sunday. We want more crisp, rotations of the ball and maintaining the ball and accurate passes, so that we really maintain this good style of play known at Mamelodi Sundowns. One thing I really don't understand about these PSL teams that are playing Mamelodi Sundowns is they know that they'll be playing Mamelodi Sundowns at some point. And in preparation for that game, it's almost like they are preparing to mark the whole day. They are more of a reactive mentality or a reactive strategy than a proactive one. AMAZULU, it's your home game. You're going to that game, you've already told yourself that, okay, we will sit back and see what Mamelodi Sundowns will do. Why is it that, you know, after Mamelodi Sundowns scored the penalty, the AMAZULU that played thereafter was the AMAZULU that was supposed to start the game in that manner, because they really gave a good account of themselves against Mamelodi Sundowns. But because Mamelodi Sundowns have scored already, they're already playing under some pressure. So PSL teams, PSL coaches, I think the approach against Mamelodi Sundowns is, though, as much as we know that whether you park the bus or you go pound for pound with Mamelodi Sundowns, we know that you will catch hands. But at least give a good account of yourself and the players you have, that, you know what, let me just give it a go and see how far it goes. If you lose 5-0, it's the same thing, because you've lost 3 points. So had the Pablo Escobar really approached that game with the way they reacted after Mamelodi Sundowns a goal, maybe we would have been talking a different thing today. Because Mamelodi Sundowns play yesterday, they really didn't keep the ball very well. Which now leads me to the fourth point, the introduction of Lebungwana Papa Mabue. This guy has played probably every position with the exception of maybe the center back position. But he's played the full back, he's played a 6, he's played an 8, he's played a 10, he's played a winger, he's played a false 9, he's played as a target man, he's literally played everywhere. So the versatility of Lebo Mabue in his introduction yesterday really stabilized things for Mamelodi Sundowns. I think the last 10 minutes or 11 minutes or so, how Mamelodi Sundowns kept the ball was all credit to Lebo Mabue. And we really need to salute this guy. He's battled with injuries, but we need to give credit where credit is due. Lebo Mabue, salute. Obviously, you can't be man of the match because you only played, I'm not sure, for 15 minutes or so, but you gave a good account of yourself, and you really stabilized that midfield. I mean, the last 10 minutes or so, AMAZULU players, they were tired. They were really tired because Lebo Mabue, Mukwena, they were keeping the ball much better than they did in the first half and in the first part of the second half. Now, the last point, number 5, lesson we're taking from this particular game. Muremi and the young goalkeeper of AMAZULU, with good coaching, these guys, they will go far in this league, or in fact, they will even go far in their careers. A coach determines the quality of football a side will play. A coach also determines how a player improves individually. You can just tell that there's some raw talent in these two, the young goalkeeper and the Umuremi. If I'm not mistaken, I think Umuremi was promoted by Benny McCarthy. If I'm incorrect, you'll correct me in the comments below. I'm a man, born and seen, subject to correction. I'm not the final authority. So if I've got my research wrong, you'll correct me. I think he was promoted by Benny McCarthy into the first team from MDC. But even if it's not the case, he's a gem, and he can improve, and he can become a better player with better coaching and better support, coaching structure around him. The goalkeeper as well, he did very well yesterday. He reminded me of that matriculant Richards Bay keeper that did extremely well in the quarterfinals against Orlando Pirates. Thank you so much, folks, for staying this long. These were the 5 things we learned in this game between AMAZULU and Mamelodi Sundowns. If you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Do subscribe, share it on all your socials, with your friends, with your enemies. I do really appreciate the support we are getting to that 1,000 subs we're all looking for, so that we can also do some live streaming and more things on the platform. And really appreciate the support, guys. I'm really appreciative, and thank you so much for staying this long, and may my God bless you all.